Hello everyone, I'm Santiago and today I'm gonna be testing Sniper Elite 4 on the GeForce GTX 1060 6GB for FPS monitoring. I'll be using CAM with a beta build that the developers provided me to do some beta testing for DX12. That will be available soon. On 1080p I'm going to be using ultra settings and I'll be able to hit 60 frames per second with some drops every now and then, but it doesn't drop below 50 frames, so that's good. Then at 1440p I had to lower the settings in order to get 60 frames per second, and later on in the same footage I'll crank up the settings and see what frame rate we get. And finally at 4K I will just try to get 30 frames per second since 60 frames per second was impossible. And I will overclock the GTX 1060 to over 2 GHz on the core clock in order to stay over 30 frames per second at 4K, and I was surprised to see that 4K was totally playable. At the end of the video you'll see that I will compare DX11 and DX12, so there you'll see why I chose DX12 for the benchmark. But now I'm going to talk about some of the things that you should consider if you want to tweak the game by yourself. First of all, I recommend using DX12. In this game it seems that it's finally done correctly. Just test it out. In the launcher, go to the options and tick the option called D3D12 and you'll get an option to use asynchronous compute, so I suggest you use that. It's a very noticeable FPS boost. Then in the options menu itself, for texture detail we have from low to ultra. If you have a 2GB card, for example a 950 or 750 Ti, if you use high, some textures won't load. On my videos of both of those cards I use high textures, but I suggest trying medium. Then for shadows, again we have from low to ultra. I suggest using high if you don't have a very high-end card. It's not really that hard to run. This controls the shadow resolution and distance. Then reflection detail we have from low to ultra too. With this one I'm kinda disappointed. These are screen space reflections, they look pretty good, and this controls the resolution of the reflections. I suggest keeping this on medium or low. It's a good FPS boost and you don't really notice it while playing the game, but it would be nice to have an option to turn them off, since that would be a decent frame rate boost. Then we have anti-aliasing off, low, medium and high. This is not a big FPS hit, but if you're having trouble with the frame rate, turn it off. It seems to be some filter like SMAA or FXAA, nothing fancy about it. Draw distance we have from low to ultra, which is just a draw distance as the name suggests. A small FPS boost by lowering this. Then we have anisotropic filtering, motion blur, ambient occlusion. It seems to be SSAO. Tesselation and obscurance fields, I suggest to turn them off. They are good FPS boosts, as well as ambient occlusion. And that's pretty much the options menu. Personally, I think that the best configuration, for example for the 1050 Ti, 950, something of that tier, is high textures, high shadows, low or medium reflections, anti-aliasing off, draw distance on medium, anisotropic 16 times, motion blur off, ambient occlusion yes, tessellation and obscurance fields off, and DX12 with asynchronous compute enabled. There it doesn't look that much different from the highest setting, and it runs much better than the highest setting, so I suggest using that. One important thing I forgot to mention, when you're into the foliage, just hiding from the enemy, and you get the camera closer to your character, you'll see that the foliage will be transparent. Well, that is a huge hit to the frame rate. I was getting like 60s and when I did that, it's a bigger FPS hit. I got a drop from 60 to 40 sometimes, so keep that in mind. I didn't see a way to get rid of that problem, but maybe with a patch, if we request it to the developers, we can see a way to just, instead of getting transparencies there, just to disappear the grass or something. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
think I've grabbed all I can.
Ein Weg, das herauszufinden.
That tower looks like a good vantage point. What's with the camera?
Schön brutal, was?
Eine Überlebende, lautete der Befehl.
Eine?
Was ist die denn für...
Was war das?
Ach, das bildest du dir ein.
Das ist einer von uns.
Geht in Deckung!
That tower looks like a good vantage point.
Glaubst du, was das war? Ist das nicht?